SOKA, thank you very much. It's great to have you in WTF, your talking show. It's been 16 years in the industry for you. You directed your first film in 1997 and Neho is your first message-oriented film.
It's not my first message-oriented film, but it's my film of this type first time.
What?
Hey! It's my first film of this type.
Oh. Why has it taken so long?
I have done many movies prior to this. I have done acting, directing, production, whatnot, everything. But bulk of my focus has been on the internal film industry work. And that's where I am concentrating. That's where my whole energy is going on.
We have a lot of ground to cover. So, I have one request for you before we start the interview. Let's be as specific as possible on the subjects we deal with today. Do I have your agreement on that?
Agreement? Okay, please send me the paper. I'll sign the agreement.
SOKA, I am talking about verbal agreement.
Oh, verbal agreement? Come on, Karnab. You have to be very clear with your questions. Yes, we will be specific. But if I would like to explain things in a broader fashion, then this sound will be played. I think that will be okay with you.
If I want to draw you back into specifics.
Even I like drawing, Karnab. So you can draw me front, side, up, down, center, as much as you want.
SOKA, the first point is this. We have just avoided the whole question of accepting Neho is a failure. And you did a crappy job as a director. It seems to me, Mr. SOKA, that you are avoiding a difficult contest.
See, Karnab, if you look at the movies I directed few years back, the issue is basically on how the movies are made in this country. The way movies are made in this country is through the producers, because the producer chooses who the directors and actors are. So, if a producer is ready to give a lot of budget, any director will be happy to spend all that money. It's not ignorance, it's the respect for the process.
Are you avoiding a direct face-off with fans? Because Mr. SOKA, this movie is not looking good to the industry in overall estimates. And the growing belief is SOKA is not accepting the failure and he's avoiding a direct one-on-one battle with the fans. You have to answer this.
To understand this question, you have to understand a little bit about who SOKA is and what SOKA's circumstances have been. SOKA, Sohail Kadhar, son of Abdul Kadhar, brother of Suleiman Kadhar. The real question is, what am I doing sitting here? You are one of the audience. When you have seen the trailer of this movie, you must have thought, at some point of time, you will definitely watch this movie. Now tell me, what made you watch this movie?
You are asking me the question?
Yes, of course. When you are asking me so many questions which are out of this portion, even I can ask you so many questions. This is a conversation. I don't care about the nation, but SOKA wants to know. Tell me, why did you watch this movie? Why did you decide that? Why? Why?
Because I like and enjoy watching movies. It's a personal enjoyment for me. My question is, Mr. SOKA, you avoiding a direct face-off with fans.
You're not answering my question, but I will answer your question. And that will give you an insight on how SOKA thinks. When I was a child, I've gone through tremendous pain because of my father's writing and my brother's acting. Now I'm not scared of anything. But there is only one thing in my mind. There's only one aim in my mind. And that aim is to see a change in Indian cinema. It's just like what they say about Arjun. You know Arjun?
Yeah, actor Arjun Rampal.
No, not Arjun Rampal, but Arjun from Mahabharata. He only sees one thing. He does not see anything else. You ask me about fans? You ask me about failure? You ask me about anything else? I'm blind to everything.
My question to you is, what is the director of Neho's view of the movie's failure?
For many years, I've seen people with no talent torture this industry, and I have every right to continue that legacy. The industry every day hurts people. And I know the pain because I've seen my father write and my brother act. So the question of whether I'm ready to accept failure or whether I'm afraid of facing fans is not really the point. I'm here basically for one thing. I see tremendous talent in this industry. There is more talent in this industry than in any other industry. I see billions of youth who have talent but with no work, thinking that movies are the best way to make money, and I'm here to empower them.
SOKA, what is your view, SOKA? Would you like to expand your views, please?
What SOKA wants to do is SOKA and millions of youngsters. Yes, I'm still a youngster because I look young from the front and I'm not married. So as long as I remain a bachelor, I'll always be called as a youth icon of this country. So coming back to your question, what SOKA wants to do and millions of youngsters in this country want to do is to change the way film industry works. I want to empower more women in this industry. I want to force even men to do more women-oriented films. I mean, we are talking about movies in this country becoming a superpower for the whole world.
Mr. SOKA, why do you keep making movies with your family members?
I never keep on making movies with my family members in it. I just made one or two, but people report only that. The real issue here is, I never asked to be born into this family. I did not sign up and say, I want to be born in the Kadhar family. I do not go to God and pray, God, please get me born into the Kadhar family. I really love it. You can go and check with God also. So, the real point here is, dynasty, my father, my brothers, my four grandfather. The problem here is, our Indian cinema is a closed industry. We have to open that industry. Just like you open a soft drink with an opener. When you open it, that push sound should come. If the sound does not come, then always the children of actors become heroes. It happens in Hollywood, it happens in Tollywood, it happens in Bollywood, it happens in every wood. But I still wonder why it is called wood.
SOKA, please concentrate. At least try to create some controversy.
That is what I am doing. That is what I mean when I say I'll introduce 5 fresh faces every time I make a movie.
Only 5?
Absolutely. You cannot bring in 50 newcomers and explode the industry. What? But yes, 5 new faces is a big step for this industry to change. And those are the real questions one need to ask, whose answers will reach your heart.
One director has raised a question about your degree. He says, why does he claim he has a degree in New York Film Academy? NYFA has no record of his short film. Nobody can get a degree from NYFA without a short film. He has questioned about your degree, Mr. SOKA. What is your response today?
Were you in New York City?
Yeah, I was in New York City.
Have you been to New York Film Institute?
I was in New York City just to visit a friend. I have not been to New York Film Institute.
So, where did you stay there?
I stayed in New York City, James Street.
Yeah, just next to that street, I stayed there for 1 year doing my course.
You mean, Mr. SOKA, next to James Street?
Yeah, I can show you some photographs also. I have it in my Facebook account.
I want your response to this director. How do you deal with this, Mr. SOKA?
I have my short film uploaded in my YouTube channel. I can either show it to him or post it in FB. What else can I do?
You challenge him.
Why should I challenge him?
He attacked you personally, Mr. SOKA.
He has been attacking me for the past 16 years for all my films. Why should I challenge him?
Does it affect you, Mr. SOKA, when you're attacked at a personal level? How do you choose not to respond?
I respond to him by understanding why I'm being attacked. And that is why we should encourage women-oriented movies. And that's why we should encourage women-oriented movies. And that is why we should encourage women-oriented movies.
Why do you always use the same statement again and again?
We should encourage women-oriented movies. We should encourage youth into getting into the film industry. We should make changes to the film industry on how it works. And mainly because these are the only points I have in my hand as a selling point right now. People may not remember this interview, but they'll definitely remember these 3 things. So I'm obliged to repeat all these in every answer I give.
So Mr. SOKA, this is a very important question. I need a very specific answer. What is your next project in future?
My friend's son is currently doing his final year project. He needs to build an electric car, so he actually asked me to get an inspiration through my movies. So while I was driving in the car, I had actually seen a South Indian film where a car flies out of nowhere. So from that, I got an inspiration which my dad told when I was a kid, when he was writing and my brother acting. And when compared to that...
Mr. SOKA, what is the question I have asked and what is the answer you are giving? I know my questions are nonsense, but you have to try to make some sense out of it, no? No, SOKA, this is not going anywhere. I want my TRP, SOKA. You are not trying to yell at me, you are not trying to shout at me, you are not trying to give controversial statements, you are not trying to throw anything at me, and you are not even trying to get out from this interview. I think this is not going anywhere. I think I have to pinch you or I have to hit you to get some reaction from you.
But Karnab, let me try to...
What, SOKA? What did you say just now?
Let me try.
Wait. What did you say? What did you say? What did you say?
Letter L.
Stop right there, Mr. Soka. Just stop right there. Never, ever try to stop me when I'm asking a question. Do you think people watch this show to watch you? People watch this show to watch me. Watch my questions. Listen to my questions. I can't take this anymore. Audience, let's go for a commercial break. I have to give some script to him. Let's go for a commercial break.
यूं तो मैं बात करता नहीं, पर इंटरव्यू से डरता हूँ मैं भाई। रात भर बायहट कर ली मैंने, क्वेश्चन जो भी हो आंसर सेम है भाई। तुझे सब तो पता है ना भाई, क्यों बोलना पड़े इतना लाई।
Welcome back. Soka, I think I have given you enough time to talk and read the script. Soka, keep the paper inside, Soka. Keep the paper inside. Let's start the rapid fire round in WTF You Talking Show. Rapid fire questions. Why was the hero biting everyone like an animal and shouts in fights? Why?
I wanted to empower the main protagonist of this movie. Why should the hero always fight with his hands?
Why is the message in the story so diluted with unnecessary comedy scenes and ridiculous emotions?
Who said the message is diluted? The whole movie itself is diluted. I wanted to make a movie in a diluted fashion because I wanted to open the Indian industry to the outsiders, to the youth, to the young talents. And unless you open the industry not with a bottle opener, not with a single person, but in diluted movies, you get new talent.
How can you show a military vehicle barge into public roads? Don't you think it's stupid?
I wanted to empower Indian movie action scenes by bringing in such ridiculous ideas.
The title of this movie is Nahi Ho. How do you justify the title?
When the audience is forced to sit in a theatre and watch such a crappy movie for 2.5 hours, and they come out of the theatre, they just want to say, this never happened. That's why it is titled as Nahi Ho. By doing this, people will get new ideas, and that's how we'll open the Indian industry. This is my way of saying Abragadabra Giligiliya.
Why did you choose a fresher as a heroine for this movie?
This is one of my brilliant ideas where I mix 3 rivers into one place called Triveni Sangam. I wanted to empower women, I wanted to open the Indian industry, I wanted to make Indian movie industry as a superpower. So all 3 mixed is in the form of a new heroine coming into the industry.
Mr. Soka, what is your name?
Encouraging women-oriented movies.
What is your father's name?
Opening the Indian movie industry.
What is your brother's name?
Making Indian cinema a superpower.
Mr. Soka, let's just stop the rapid fire questions right here. Right here I say. Because I don't know what questions I'm asking and I don't know what answers you're getting and I don't know what kind of views it is making for my TRPs. Let's bring this interview to a finality. If you have not had made this movie Nahi Ho, India would not have been in a situation where they are feeling very bad for watching a movie like Nahi Ho. Do you get my point, Mr. Soka?
I think we got a hit, not on the face, but in the box office. As a result of this, we should stop making entertaining movies and start making message-oriented films. That's how you bring the change in the industry. And perhaps for the 7th time, I repeat again and again. Again and again.
Oh no, not again.
Yes, again. We need to ask those deeper questions. The deeper question here is, why is movie making so tough in this country? Why is it that the producer has access to every decision in the movie? Why are the cast chosen in closed rooms? Why is it that people have no access to any shooting spots? Why is it that our movie scripts are made behind closed doors by just 5 or 6 people? And what's that telling me is that we are not taking the voice of the audience in making movies. And that is the reason we should encourage women-oriented movies and we should bring the change in the film industry.
Let me ask you a final question, which is a great relief for me and I know it will be a great relief for you too. Soka, are you battle ready?
Of course, I'm battle ready. That's why we should encourage women-oriented movies, and Nahi Ho is a hit.
Thank you very much for coming to WTF You Talking Show and trying to at least come up with some nonsense answers to all my nonsense questions. And please remember, Mr. SOKA, when you come for an interview next time, please go through the script properly and please prepare yourselves well before you come to the interview, Mr. SOKA. Otherwise, it's gonna never will be a successful interview.
Thank you, Karnab. Now where is my gift hamper?
SOKA, there are no gift hampers.
What? Are you serious? हेलो भाई, ये कर्नब जी बोल रहे हैं कि मुझे गिफ्ट हैम्पर नहीं मिलेगा।
अरे पप्पू, तुम्हें इंटरव्यू में जाने को कौन बोला बे?
क्या भाई? I thought this show was similar to Toffee with Terror. अच्छा ठीक है, घर आ रहा हूँ। खाने में क्या है? डिनर? हाँ चल ठीक है। ओके आ रहा हूँ, बाय।